In this video, we're gonna go over the very complex Interactive Brokers TWS platform, which stands for Trader Workstation. We'll go over how to customize the layout, chart settings, indicators using advanced TradingView charts, order entry, montage, watchlist, and scanner. By the end of this TWS tutorial, you'll know how to customize and use this platform to fit your own trading styles. My name is Shay, aka Humble Trader. I've been trading for over 10 years now. And Interactive Brokers TWS platform was the first one I started out many years ago. So rest assured, you're in good hands. I'll leave all the timestamps to the chapters down below so you can follow along. Now let's get started. Okay, so on the screen right now, you're looking at the Interactive Brokers TWS platform, which stands for Trader Workstation. So we have a lot to talk about. Let's start with the layout first. First of all, this is my layout, and I'll teach you how to get here. Note that this is a paper trading account because obviously, I'm doing a demo here. So to start with a layout, you can start with some of the pre-built layouts in here. So if you go to at the bottom here, click this little plus icon. And you can see that they have like you can create a new layout, custom layout, or you can use their layout library. So click browse. Will show you some of their suggested layouts. So usually I would start with, the one that's pretty good for short-term chart trading. This one, or maybe the order entry with portfolio. So let's say I want to use this one. I'll click chart trading for short-term. This is the one I would use for day trading. If you were trading options or long-term trading, you can click that one. But let's click this one and see what happens. Add layout. So you can see the short-term trading layout populates the charts in the top, the order entry, I guess they don't have order entry windows here. You have the watch list here, you have the orders pending, and you have the time and sales. That's very interesting layout here. You can use that, or you can start one for yourself. So I'll teach you, this is my preferred layout. Over here, if you go to Mosaic, this is the one I created for myself. You can see you have the charts here, and we will go over them. Charts, you have the advanced chart, you have the default chart. So let me just create one from scratch with you here. So to create one from scratch, I'll do one as a demo for trading. Okay, so when I start here, usually I start with new window. You can see over here, I want to start with a chart. Over here, you can see all the grids here that you can snap to it. So I want to start with the chart on the very top here. I definitely want my order entry at the bottom. That's kind of my preferred method. Order entry. And you can also get market depth, which is level 2 over here. And I'll tell you how to customize your level 2 as well to be this colorful, because your default is probably like the black and gray. We also need our portfolio here. Portfolio over here. You definitely need your watch list. Watch list over here. Let's see, what else are we missing? We have the watch list. We want our order history. And you can see that you can adjust the window size and you'll snap to the grid. We also want our trade history with all the orders, trades, and also I'm actually looking for the order management, essentially. Order management, okay? That's the one I want. So you can just snap it all into place here, and I'll kind of show you how I get to them. So while you're adjusting the layout, make sure this unlock layout button is enabled. So if it's locked, you cannot really move things around like so. So if you want to add new windows, make sure it's green. You see the green highlights here. And go to new windows. Make sure you have advanced chart. Advanced charts, that's the new TradingView charts that we will talk about. Advanced charts over here, as well as this is the traditional level 2, but I kind of want to go over the level 2 montage trader that Interactive Brokers have. So if you go to here and search for level 2 market depth trader, that's one we're looking for. Okay, so make sure you have these windows and we'll place them around. Okay, so this is the actual layout that I like to use. You can see the montage level 2 traders over here, advanced charts on the top, the traditional chart at the bottom. You have news over here, you have your order entry window, you have the orders, trades, and summary over here. And this is the old level 2 as well as the time and sales. So this is the layout that I like to use, having the charts in the middle at these two charts. Usually I'll have the daily chart on the bottom here. So I'll use the daily chart here and the intraday chart on the top. And remember, you can save your layout. So you can see, I can save this layout and rename it to intraday trading. And you can have multiple layouts at the bottom. You can see over here, we have the stock scanner layout, in which I'll also show you, go over it. And we have the classic one that's extremely ugly. I don't recommend using. And we have the intraday layout that we have right now. Okay, in the next chapter, let's talk about chart settings and chart layout, okay? So let's go to unlock the layout again so we can maximize this Interactive Brokers traditional chart. So this is the Interactive Brokers chart. This is the one they have since like early 2000s. I mean, it is a little bit clunky. But let me just show you some of the chart settings that I like to have. So if you right click on this traditional chart, right click, go to chart parameters, underline that shows you the ticker symbol, time period. You can change this here or here. You can change this to like a 5-minute chart if you would like. What to show? I want to show trades on the charts here. So you'll see these arrows. So those are trades. Those are what I want to show. Let's see what else you need. So I have the legend here. Let me show you what legend looks like. So legend is this part here. So if I apply, legend's gone. You can see, so I want that back. So you can see you have the legends back. Crosshair, which is this thing here. How do you might call it? And let's see, you don't really need a lot of it here. So that's the settings I usually have. I wanted to show my trades as triangles. So that will change the triangle you see on here. Let me see. Trades as triangle. So that will kind of look something like this. I don't have trades on this chart. If you go to meta here, again, this is a paper trade. You see my chart here, my arrow here. That's a trade. Red is for selling or short selling. The blue is for buying. Let me just show you kind of what it looks like. So this is the blue, so that's the buy. So I wanted to show that, and you can see on the chart, it shows you your average. So my average right now on this long meta 10 shares is $514.85, and you can see that green highlights here. Okay, so let's go back to chart parameters. Triangles, we have that. Vertical scale, I like to ignore studies. Otherwise, the chart gets really warped and really annoying. But you can try this as well, up to you. Keep charts up to date. I want to show data outside the regular trading hours. So this is how I can show, it'll show me pre-market as well as after hours trading. So make sure you have this enabled. So I'll show you on the charts here. So you can see pre-market would be from 4 a.m. because Interactive Brokers pre-market will be from 4 a.m. all the way till 9:30. So this whole period is pre-market. And obviously you have, before that, you have the after hours from yesterday 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, so you definitely want to show that. Let's see, what else? We can also adjust the time frame. We talked about earlier, if you click here, you can switch between hourly. Here you see all my arrows here, hourly or 5 minutes that we were using, and the daily, okay, daily chart. Next, let's talk about indicators on this chart. So they call it studies on the Interactive Brokers chart. So you can see that I already have like intraday VWAP here, I have prior day's close. If you want to add more studies, you can go to edit, studies, and you can see like there's a bunch that you can use. Let's say on the daily chart, I want to use the SMA, simple moving average. So I type that in, I click it, and that's added I want to add that to the right hand side, and I'll change it to 200 SMA. And then I can change the colors. So let's say I want like a pink color for that 200 SMA. Apply, and let's see. You will see that. Why isn't my SMA the color I picked? I mean, if you can see the legend here. Click that. I know it's like really small. Click that little settings range icon. I guess the color didn't change. I want to change the color to pink because I probably look like I like pink a lot. I don't actually. Pink is my least favorite color, but we'll use it anyways. Apply, you can see you can change that color. Same thing on the daily chart. I probably don't need to use VWAP. What I also like to use for swing trading is the 8 EMA. So let's add that as well. So go to studies once again, type EMA. You'll see exponential moving average. I'll add like add it here and have that 8 EMA, and this time around let's change it to yellow. You can see that 8 EMA is now showing up, and for some reason it just won't give me the color I picked, but you can go in and adjust it from the legends here. Okay, next we can change the font size. So if I go and right click here, I'm pretty sure I can change the font size by going to, okay, it took me a while to find this. You have to click this icon here, this little settings icon, click it here, go to configure font. Interactive Brokers TWS, they make this a lot of customization available, but they like to hide it in like small places, so you cannot find it. So I want to change the font. How do I do that? Let's see. Custom font size down here. You can see the font size by default is 14. So let's change it bigger to something like 16 and see what happens. Okay, so you see on the right hand side, the numbers are a lot bigger. I think actually by default it was something like 11 or something like that. Only an ant can see this thing. Like I can't. Like my grandma eyes cannot handle this. So I need something at least at like 15 or 16. Something like that. You can adjust this to however you like. But yeah, but that setting was very important to me. Okay, let's look at some of the drawings that you can do on this traditional chart. So you can see a bunch of toolbars here. You can even extend this to, like, if you don't see the toolbars here, I think what you need to do is to click edit. You want to show view toolbar here. Like if you don't see these series of little icons, you want to go here, view, and click toolbar. You can see you see a bunch of other stuff like chart trader, which we will talk about as well. Chart trader, let's just show it right now. The buttons panel, you can see the buttons at the bottom, which you can just trade on based on this chart. But let's go over the drawings first. So you can go to click this icon here, add horizontal or vertical trend line, or you can just like be able to draw here. You can see that I'm drawing random lines on the chart. You can do that. So let's say I'm on the intraday chart. I want to draw a trend line on Meta. Go to 15 minutes. I can draw a trend line. Let's say, okay, thing from yesterday to today. Need to draw. You can see that it broke an uptrend, hence why the stock is selling off. So you can draw trend lines. You can, when you're done, you can right click. You can remove all trend lines to remove all the drawings that you did. Oh, okay. Another important aspect is symbol linking. So in order to link this and have it update with the rest of the montage, the order entries, you want to make sure that this icon here, group windows, the link option, it's the same color throughout all the windows. So, if I group this in a group 3, but the rest of the windows are in a different color, you can see this is not going to update. So you can switch to Tesla, but everything else is still at the previous symbol. So you want to make sure you have it linked. So click this and then link it with the rest of the group. Next, let's talk about the advanced charts, because I think it was at the end of 2023, TWS came out with these advanced charts from TradingView. That's a lot easier to use, a lot more customization, sometimes too much. So I'll show you how to use them. And just a reminder to go to the advanced charts, go to a new window, There's a lot of options. Just type in advanced chart over here. If you click it, they'll bring up a new window. So you can see that's a new window for Meta. We're gonna use the existing one that I already have over here. So okay, you can see Meta over here. This is the 5-minute chart. You can see I already added some indicators, so let's go over that really quick. Let's go over indicators. Click indicators here. Let's add something different like RSI. So you can add that. Click it here. You can see the added RSI indicator at the very bottom. I don't really use this indicator, but if you want, you can click this, right click, and click settings for your RSI. So let's say you want to change this to 20 using a 20-day instead of 14-day. Smoothing line, you can edit that too. You can even change your style and the visibility. And so you have a lot of customizations. You can change the color as well. Let's see if it lets me change color this time. So I change the color from purple to white. So I can change that. And you can hide the indicators list here or show all of them. If you want to remove this, you can close this. You can see RSI is a separate panel here at the bottom. You can move it up. So I just switched that order with volume, or I can combine it with the top. So I think what I can do is collapse pane. So what I can also do is move it up above the chart if you prefer. So there's a lot of customizations you can do, or you can just collapse it all together. Collapse it, remove it. I have the volume SMA at the bottom, and how you get there is go to indicators and just make sure you have volume selected here. Volume, you can have the volume here, or you can use a volume SMA. So if I don't want the volume SMA, I can delete that and just have the volume bars at the bottom. If you want it back to be separate at the bottom, right click on the volume, click move to new pane below. Okay, so a lot of customizations you can do on the TradingView charts. Okay, so those are the indicators. Let's just do some chart settings. So right click on the chart, go to settings. You can see that they were by default grid lines. It kind of looked like this before. You can see that little faint grid line at the back. I'm so glad I can hide this. You just click none. The background color, right now it's like a solid black. You can change it to like gradient if you want. I don't know if you can tell the difference. Text, you can change it bigger as well. Thank God. 16 font size. You can also, let's see what else. I think I want to show the extended hours. So go to symbol, session. Make sure you have extended hours trading enabled. So it'll look like this. So when you have that, you have pre-markets, this kind of brownish color, and after hours, this kind of blue color. So you want to make sure you have both of those settings on. So there's a lot more that you can do here on TradingView chart. You can change the candle to line chart if you prefer. You can change your time frame, 5 minutes or the 1 hour chart, or the 5-minute chart, etc. Daily chart. Let's go back to what I usually use, candlesticks. And you can see that this is already linked. It's green, so it's still already linked. You can change this by clicking the grouping icon as well. Let's talk about the drawing tools, because there's certainly a lot. So you can see this blue icon here. If you click it, that shows you the toolbar on the left-hand side. So there's a lot of drawing tools here. And the drawing tools are easier to use than the traditional Interactive Brokers chart. So if you click this, you can draw a trend line. Like, it's a lot more intuitive. You can draw it, you can move it. I can use this. This is what? Oh, okay, actually like this a lot. You can plan out your position. So let's say I'm planning out, let's go to intraday chart. Let's say I'm planning a long entry, which is not good because the stock is literally falling off a cliff. So let's say I am planning a long entry. What I can do is go back to here, click that little arrow, go to long position. Let's say I'm planning a long here. and I can adjust the chart like so. If you hold, you can move the chart. So it's really easy to move by just clicking and holding the chart. You can move it, the chart, adjust the size, adjust the width. Let's say here. Okay, so I'm planning to get in on the long side. If my risk, let's say I'm gonna risk around here, over here, and my profit target is up here. It'll show you the risk to reward ratio. So the risk is about 1 to 3.36. So this gives you a good opportunity to plan out your trades. So this is actually a really good tool to use. And they have something similar for short position as well. Let's say right now I want to go short Meta stock, I go short. You can see that the downside, I want to short towards the downside to that $500 area, and I'm stopping out if the stock reclaims over 515. So that gives me a risk reward of 1 to 2.82. So this is a very nice tool to use. A couple other indicators, again, like just select it and delete to remove it. Other things is like text, taking notes of the charts. You can like change the color. So that's very good. You can use that. Very easy to use. You can use a measuring tool as well. This is another one that I will use. Let's say I want to measure the move from today's high of day to all the way to end of day right now. This thing has declined by 6%. So this is very useful. What else? There's a lot of many other indicators. So you can see this Fibonacci channels. You have a lot of other things that you can use. So very useful tool on the advanced chart with TradingView on TWS. I hope you're following along on this step-by-step demo on TWS on Interactive Brokers. If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit the like button down below. I really appreciate it. Let's talk about the montage. So on TWS, there's two kinds of montage. The traditional level 2, and there's also the level 2 trader. So I think actually we should just focus on the level 2 trader, and you can use the settings to adjust just your regular level 2 if you want. But honestly, you don't need this. If you're using level 2 trader, you can remove this window altogether. Let's go to level 2 trader. So again, to get this window, go to new and go type in level 2. You see market depth trader. So that'll bring up this window over here. Okay, so let's open this up a little bit just so it's you can see this. Okay, so let's see over here. So up here is the quote panel. Again, it's connected to Meta. So it'll show me the instrument. Over here, it'll show me the bid, ask, the position size I'm in. And you can adjust it. So you can adjust to what you want to see. I keep it simple. I have vwap here. Go to quote panel, right click it, and configure quote panel. So I'm going to remove vwap. And I'm going to add relative volume. And click apply. You can see that's added here. Click apply. And relative volume, for some reason, it's not showing up. Next is the buttons. So you can add a lot of buttons here to help you with execution a lot faster. You can see I added a buy button and close position and all these other ones. So, right now I can go to click Meta and I can click buy. You can see order entry field, buy 10 shares of Meta at the current price. Or I can close it, close my position with Meta. You can see that close the position. It doesn't really show up on the advanced charts, but it does show up here on the traditional chart. So keep that in mind. So how you get these buttons is to go to configure here on the buttons line, configure. And you can see you can add buttons here. So I think by default, all these are closed. So what you need to do is add button here. And that's because I already added all these ones. So if I delete all of them here, you can delete them. So delete here, let me just show you really quick. So add button, go to buy or sell specific product or buy. I think that's the simplest. Buy button. And you can even change the colors. Let's just add it first. Button text, background color, change it to green. Foreground color, change it to black. So you can see the button. Oh, okay. apply. So you have a buy button. You can add a sell button. Go to sell, and then you can change the background to red for sell. These you can change the size to default. Default is whatever you have in your order entry, or you can add an absolute. So I have default here. Okay. You can attach order types, etc. You can do a lot of things here. You can change the order type to limit, market, all that. So let's say if you do limit, then I will type it here that it's sell limit. Oh, actually, it did that for you. Sell limit. That's good. If you have market, let's say you want to stop out right away. Where is the market? MKT. So you have sell market. So they'll update the buttons for you, which is good. Okay. Apply. So you can see you have two buttons here. You can add a lot more. You can see earlier I had like reverse order. Actually, another one that's good is close position. This one allows you to close the positions really quick. So over here, okay, so you have the buttons here. And if you wanted to transmit and be sent to the market automatically, okay, you can see that if I don't enable this armed button, when I try to buy, the order is not sent. You can see that there's a pop-up window that it's hidden behind all the orders, but you can see on the order pending window on the right-hand side here, it's not transmitted. So I have to click transmit again, and you can see this order, but it's going to show up. I'm being rejected right now because it's a paper trading account. I don't have enough cash in there. So let's try it again. So let's try, no, just one share. Buy. You still have to go in and transmit it. So that's not going to work. So if you want the order to transmit automatically, this needs to be armed. And you can see if I click on Meta here, click buy.
Order filled.
Order about one share of Meta at 212. And that shows an arrow here, but not on this chart. Okay, I don't know if there's a way to show that here, but you can see the order went through on there. On this advanced chart, it just doesn't show like an arrow for you to follow. So we talked about the buttons. Let's talk about the actual montage here. Okay, so by default, this is the color you'll see. Even with a regular level 2, it looks like this. But I have revised a lot of settings to make it look like this. A little bit easier to see. So let's go through this. Close this traditional montage here. And I have time and sales here. Let me enlarge this a little bit more. Okay, so let's change this ugly color right now. So if you go to, I believe it's a right click, trade column configure. No. Oh, go to these columns here and right click to show configure level 2 panels. So let's see, what do you have here? You can see by default, I think this is the default. There's a market maker name, which is, you can see ARCA, NASDAQ, you can see, what else is EDGX, different routes coming in. So these are the orders coming in from each of the makers. Price, we have here, which is the price that they're buying. The size is how many lots, and the average price. I think by default, there was a lot more things like I think there was like mini trade size and cumulative size. So by default, this is what it looks like. But really, you don't need that many columns. So that's why I remove. So it's just remove, remove, remove. So by default, I only want this. And let's go to show colors here. Show colors. And I want to ask column layout mirrors bid. Yeah, that works. So now you have the bid and then ask mirrored here. Okay, so let's see. I want to change the colors. So you can see the different stacks of like different market depth, right? Different layers of orders coming into buy and coming into sell. So let's go to over here. I want to do is I want to change the text color. So earlier you saw that I like to use white text over like a really bright background. Let's just say let's say like this blue. You can change this too. Actually, then you might need black text. You can do the same here. Maybe it's you know, change the color to green. text color to black, background to green, text color to, let's just say, also black, background to, I don't know, orange. Here you can have another layer here. Let's say I want red here, and apply. So you can see that changes the colors. You can change this, customize it to make it easier for you to see the different stacks of orders. What I also want to do is change the font size. So you can see I already kind of changed the font size on the ask column here, but not the bid. So you can adjust the width here as well. So you can see size, price. The price, you can change the order of the column by dragging it. So I want price to be on left hand side. Sorry, I want name, price, and then size, and then adjust the columns like so. So how you adjust the font size for this entire window is by clicking this icon here. You can make the fonts bigger or smaller. I don't know if you saw this. I just spent the last 10 minutes trying to figure this out. But yeah. And again, you can adjust the color to make it easier for you to see. If this is too colorful, again, go back to right click, configure level 2 panels, and edit the colors here like so. Okay. So this is the level 2 trader here on TWS. The buttons make it pretty customizable, and you can get in and out really quick. So let's say right now at Meta, I have one position here. I can sell market and get rid of my, oops. I can close my position on Meta. What happened? Oh, I can close my position really quickly here. So let's talk about time and sales now. Over here, this ugly looking time and sales. Unfortunately, it's not as customizable as level 2 montage window here. Let's move it so we can see it clearly. Over here, time and sales here. Okay, so what you can do is, again, go to configure, settings, font size, custom font size to 16. So you can see now it's a lot bigger. So this is the settings I have. I don't know if I changed anything. I probably did. I only show last and midpoint. For the columns, I only want to show these 3 things. You can change, move it up or move it down. I usually have time at the back because I don't care that much about the time. I care more about the price and the size. What else can you do? Yeah, you cannot change the colors. I've tried. I couldn't figure out how to change the colors like montage. Oh my god, okay. So you can change the colors, but it just looks like crap. Okay, let's go back. I guess gray was better. Yeah, so there we go. So ladies and gentlemen, you can change the colors to pink, if you will, but I will leave it at the current white font and the gray background. Uptick, downtick, you can change this. So the uptick is, let's say it's like a neon green, so it's easier to see. Downtick, change it to like, let's say a pink. So it stands out a little bit more. So you can see that little uptick, downtick, those colors got changed. But the background is staying at, I have it staying at black. So that's how you customize it. Again, last, price, size, and then the time slot. Like usually when I trade, I don't need that. I honestly hide the time slot. So I'll have something like this. Have the window here, and I have this at the very back, and here I do, I'll do something like this. So I see these 2 first. These 2, again, that's more important columns. Okay, next we're gonna talk about order entry. Just a reminder that I have a free Sunday watch list I send out every single weekend that includes 3 to 4 stocks for swing trading or day trading that I'm watching for the week. You can sign up for free down below to receive that free email with all the stock analysis, all the stocks I'm looking for every single Sunday. So order entry, there's a couple places you can place your order. You can use the hot buttons up here like so, or you can use the order entry window here. I think by default, if you go to settings here, by default, they probably have something like interactive order entry. That's the default. I don't like using it, but this is what it looks like on default. This is what it looks like. I don't like it because it's actually slower in my opinion. Let's just play around with it right now. So let's say Tesla. Again, make sure your linking is the same color as all the other windows. Let's say Tesla, I want to get in on a 5-minute chart right now. I want to buy, let's just say 10 shares of Tesla, limit price, bid. And if I want to get in, I have to click buy here. And then I have to submit. Okay. So it's just a lot of different buttons that you have to click. And that's fine, but I much prefer the other order entry window. If you go back to settings, I prefer rapid transmit. Okay. This also like simplified. You can use that too, but I think the easiest way is rapid transmit. Click apply. Again, you can change your font size. Here, let's change it to 16. Okay. So what I can do is on Tesla, you can see I have a position of 10. If I want to get out, just click sell. That's it. I don't have to click sell or buy and then click edit. So sell over here. Order filled. You can see my order on Tesla got filled. And there's a lot of things you can do with this order entry type. So let's say I want to save my orders. Let's say if Tesla is at 219, let's say if it goes to 200, let's go say if it goes to, I don't know, 210. You can type in an order. Instead of sending it right away, I can click the button and save order. So now you can see I have an order waiting here. It's not sent to the market, it's just pending. So if Tesla goes to that price, I can just submit it pretty quick. So I use this a lot, especially if I'm waiting for the prices to get to the levels I'm waiting for. I find that very useful. Another thing is, again, if you want to cancel it, you can just click cancel here, or you can drag the order around. Let's say, no, I want 227. I can drag it around. But again, it's not sent to the market. That's why I didn't get filled. I can cancel it, or let's say here. Let me show you really quick. So if I have this order I want to send to the market, I click T over here for transmit. So now the order is ready to fire if the price triggers. So if I drag this around, you can see 218 right now. If I drag it up here at 218.31 right now, the price is coming down. Fills right away. Okay, so you can transmit it live to the market or cancel it. Same thing as a selling. Let's say right now, I have 10 shares of Tesla. I want to sell if it goes to 230. I can save that order. This is transmitted right now. I can save the order, or I can cancel it, or I can, save that sell order again, like we did earlier. Let's say I want to save that order, 230. I'm going to save that order. You can see this order is pending. It's not sent to the market. I can click T to send it to be live in the market, or I can cancel it. Or I can send it live to the market and drag it down here to trigger right away. Okay? So that's order entry. Let's see. So if you go to advanced here, over here. Okay. Advanced. So a special order type I want to talk about is the bracket orders, or one cancels the other. So let's say right now, attach stop loss. So if I want to go long on Tesla, I also want to attach a bracket, meaning that I either get stopped out or get to sell. So let me demonstrate a bracket order. So let's say I want to go long NVIDIA 94.60 right now. Don't do this, but because it's tanking, so don't go long. But I'm just going to show you what a bracket looks like. So enable bracket order, profit taking. I'm long at 94. Let's say I want to take profit at $96. Then I'll put in 96, and I'll get stopped out if it drops below 94. Okay? So it's called a bracket because upside, I have the upside, I want to sell. And if it goes lower, I get stopped out. So it's either I get triggered on the stop out or I get triggered on the profit target. So I either make money or lose money, but it's all predetermined. This is a really good order for part-time traders. Okay, let me show you that again. So if I click bid, I want to get in. and go to advanced. Here, bracket, I want to take profit if it hits 1825. And I want to get stopped out if it breaks below 1760. Okay? And then I'm going to buy.
Order filled.
You can see that filled. Order got filled. You can see 2 orders that sent to the market live right now. You can see on the top, it's a profit taker at 1825. And at the bottom, it's a stop out at 17. So either one will get hit and the other order will be cancelled. So that's why it's called a bracket order. I can even go in and then adjust this now. If I go to the order entry window here, you can adjust this. Let me see. Double click. Oh, there you go. That shows up. Okay, great. So let's say right now it's going well. Let me just show you if it gets triggered at $18. Let's see. 18. Give me $18. 18. Okay. Transmit. Let's see if we get filled. Okay, you can see my profit target is now $18. Let's see if we get filled.
Order cancelled.
Okay.
Order filled.
So you can see I sold 100 shares INTC and the order at the bottom automatically got canceled. So the one that got canceled, if you zoom in here, you can see that my original order INTC long, and then I have 2 sell orders. One is a stop loss. That's the one that got canceled with the red icon here. The stop loss is canceled. So that's one order type that's actually very useful, especially if you're trading part-time, you need to step away from your computer. Very, very, very useful tool. Okay, next we're gonna talk about watchlist and scanner now. Watchlist, let's go to here. You'll see this here. Let's see. Okay, so watchlist, it's pretty simple. You can create a new watchlist here. Click this plus icon, watchlist. Just new watchlist over here. You can rename it. Rename watchlist, demo watchlist over here. And you can add in the stocks that you're watching. Let's say like Tesla, blah, 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 Tesla, Palantir. You can add stocks. Oh, it's kind of, it does lag a little bit. There you go. So you can see those. The only thing that's a little bit annoying is like, it doesn't give you that many options. Like it shows change percentage, but I don't think I can add more columns. Let me go to manage columns. Oh, I guess you can. My bad. So you can go add, if you want, like a news title. News title and click apply. So it'll show you the news title on the day, which is nice, which is actually very useful. So you can add a lot of the things you can add. Let's say you want to see the volume on your watch list tickers. Click volume, add. You have to click apply. So that shows you the volume of the stock that's trading right now. So that's pretty useful. Click OK. You can change the font size, I believe. Oh yeah, configure font. Change it to 16 if you wish. That's what I use. So you change the font size. And you can create many different watch lists here. So these are the watch lists I have. You can see I added like a shortable amount. You can add a lot of other columns here as you wish. Okay, so there's volume, change percentage, last. You can add news title, which is very useful. And normally it's just sitting here on the side, on the right hand side, and I can flip between different watch lists and click the tickers here. You can see it's also linked to the rest of the panels. Okay, now let's talk about the scanner settings. So earlier we have the watch list window here. We're gonna maximize it. I have to adjust it a little bit so it shows you the pop-up. So the watch list earlier was this one, you remember from earlier. Now if you want the scanners, you can go to plus sign and go to Mosaic Market Scanner. So you can see a pop-up window over here. Different default settings. You can go with US movers, US active. They're pretty similar. And if you are an investor, you can use the dividend yield market scanner. What I use is US movers. So we'll click that and you can click customize. And it will show up on the right hand side over here any minutes now. Okay, so this is a default market mover scanner. It's not, I'm gonna say it's not the easiest to use, like it's kind of clunky. I'll show you why. So these are the essentially the filters you can put to the scanner. So let's go to filters. I only trade stocks between $1 and actually like $500. So that adds the filter, so you can see that all the stocks that show up will fit that criteria. So there's no penny stocks, no nothing like that. You can set change percentage. So you can, let's say I don't only want to see stocks that are green on the day. So I can set to 5% to whatever, like 500% on the day. So that will show me, you can see it's going to show up in a little bit. Anytime now. There you go. Voila bing, bala boom. So you can see these are the top movers on the day. You can also sort it by market cap. Let's say I only want to trade stocks that's like at least 800 million. Then you can enter and set that filter as well. Yeah, there you go. Average volume. I guess you can show like with a gradient. That's kind of interesting. Low to high. I guess you can show it like this. I don't know how useful this is, to be honest, but that's interesting. The average volume for the stock on the day, and then you have to like turn vertical to read this. I don't know why it's like this. I did not make this scanner, okay? But I think that's very interesting. I guess you can also just do like a value. That's probably easier to see the average volume. And you have the filter of at least 500,000 shares. That's good. You can see average volume on the right hand side here. Okay, so this is a scanner here, and you can go in, right click, and rename it to demo or like, you know, gap scan or like gap scan on the day. Okay, and you can see I have many other ones, top losers, top gainers. You can do that here. And once you're done, just minimize it. And you can see on a regular basis, you can toggle here. You can change your font size a little bit and toggle in between the watch list and the scanners. Obviously, you may need to maximize it to see all the text, or just simply change the font to a lot smaller, back to 14. And it's still a little bit small, but you get the idea here. You can edit it, or just use this simple gap scan with only one side here. Okay, we went through a lot. We talked about the charting, we talked about montage, order entry, scanner, watch list. If you have any questions regarding any of the sections we talked about, feel free to ask me down below. Also, don't forget that you can download a copy of my Interactive Brokers Workspace settings. Workspace is how they call this, the layout. You can download a copy of it with a link down below by signing up to my email list. If you want to watch even more Interactive Brokers tutorial and walkthrough on different platforms, you can check out the videos over here.